And I forgot to turn on the recording. Let me just record this. Yeah, so these are a few rules, and that was a little bit about myself. So, talking about today's session, we have three listings with us today. Yeah, so we have the listing of Policy Bazaar, we have the listing of SJS Enterprise, and we have the listing of Sigachi Industries with us. Now, Sigachi Industries is going to list in the BE group, which is the trade to trade segment. So the shares which we buy today, they can be sold only after T plus 2 days, which means the third day after the physical delivery or the settlement of the shares. So intraday trading will not be allowed in Sigachi Industries, unfortunately. So we will not be able to trade on Sigachi Industries. So we'll be only able to trade on Policy Bazaar and SJS Enterprise. These are the two IPOs which we shall be having our major focus today, since we are, mostly concerned with intraday trading. Now, Sigachi Industries, this might continue to go higher given the fact that it is in B group, and also the company's fundamentals are very, very strong. Let's discuss about the companies very, very quickly. Now, Policy Bazaar FinTech, this is the first IPO which is listing up today. So, Policy Bazaar FinTech was launched as, Paisa Bazaar in 2014, intending to provide ease, convenience, and transparency in selecting variety of personal loans and credit cards for consumers. So basically, you are aware of this website named Policy Bazaar, where they are selling a loads of policies, insurance, credit, and other financial products. It is aiming to create awareness in India about the financial impact of death, disease, and damage. So basically, mostly concerned with selling of the insurance, credit cards, and personal loan sector. So this issue was subscribed over 25 times from the qualified institutional buyers, around 8 times from the non-institutional investors, and almost 3.3 times from the retail investor. Total, this issue was subscribed over 17 times, and just one minute. Yeah, and it has over 51 insurer partners offering over 340 term, health, motor, home, and travel insurance products. So this is just a little bit about the company. This offers its users with pre-purchase research and purchase, including application, inspection, medical checkup, and payment, and post-purchase policy management, including the claims, facilitation, renewal, cancellation, and the refunds. That was about Policy Bazaar. And if we talk about the second IPO, which is SJS Enterprise. Now, SJS is one of India's leading player in the Indian decorative aesthetic industry. So, a unique business model. The company is a design to delivery aesthetic solutions provider with a diverse product offering for the automotive and consumer appliance industries. This issue was subscribed muted. Unfortunately, it did not get a lot of applications. Qualified institutional buyer went over 1.42 times, and non-institution went over 2.3 times, whereas retail went over 1.38 times. Now, a very, very important point to note here is that master investor Ashish Kacholia, he bought shares worth 62.24 crore in SJS Enterprise. So that is an interesting key point to note out. Company has its manufacturing facilities at Bangalore and Pune, and as of March 2000, 31st March 2021, the annual production capacity of Bangalore and Pune facilities was at 208.61 and 29.5 million products respectively. So that is about the company. It offers include decal and body graphics, 2D appliques and dials, 3D appliques and dials, 3D Lux badges, and all these particular things this company is offering. Talking about the third company, which is Sigachi Industries, absolutely fantastic fundamentals with an EPS being around 39.39 at the end of 31st March 2021. Long term, the stock is very, very bullish. When I was studying the financials of the particular stock, so long term looks quite positive for this particular stock. Subscription was also very, very heavy given the fact that company has strong fundamentals and the issue size was very, very small. Qualified institutional buyer went around 86.5 times, non-institutional went around 172.4 times, and retail went over 80.49 times. Overall, the issue was subscribed 102 times. Incorporated in 1989, this company is engaged in manufacturing of microcrystalline cellulose, which is MCC, widely used as an excipient for finished dosages in the pharmaceutical industry. So MCC has varied applications in pharmaceutical, food, nutraceutical, and cosmetic industries. So company manufactures MCC of various grade ranging from 15 microns to 250 microns, and major grade of MCC manufactured marketed by the company are branded as HICEL and ACEL. So it has a manufacturing capacity of around 13,128 million MTPA from these three locations. Basically Jagadia, Dahej, and there is also, yeah, they are basically in Gujarat and Hyderabad. So these are the manufacturing capacities of the company, and having a strong fundamentals, this company might go a long way from here. So this was about the three companies. Now we will talk about the setups which we use for trading the IPOs on the listing day. I generally like to use a three classical system, to trade IPOs on the listing day. We have the volume weighted average price and anchored volume weighted average price system. Second is a price trading system, and third is the exponential moving averages system. Now, if you really wish to learn these systems, then you can message me. I'll share the recordings with you. They are at a cost of 3,999 rupees. So these three setups I have taught mostly, in my webinars and seminars. So if you want to learn these setups, you can very well ping me after the session. So these are the three setups which we use for trading IPOs on the listing day. And talking about the risk plan for the day, I'm going with 1% for Policy Bazaar and 1% for SJS Enterprise. My total capital deployed is 18 lakh rupees. So the risk will be 18,000 plus 18,000, which is 36,000 rupees total, 2% of the total trading capital. Now, if your risk appetite is different, now I generally like to divide my risk into multiple trades. I do not risk 18,000 on a single trade and just sit like what will happen, what will happen. So I like to divide my risk. Like for instance, in first trade I might risk 9,000. On second I might risk 4,000. On third I might risk 5,000. So in that way I like to divide that 18,000 in multiple number of trades as per my setups that form. So that is my risk appetite for today. Now, if your risk appetite is low and you are planning to take trades following today's session, then you should go with either 0.5% risk per trade or 0.25% risk per trade if your risk appetite is low. So my capital deploys at 18 lakh. You might have a lower capital, so accordingly calculate that for yourself. That is my risk plan for today. Three requests for everyone. Please keep your microphones on mute during the session. Do not turn on your microphone. If you have any doubts or queries, then please type in the chat box. Look to interact. If I ask you something, then please type in the chat box. An interactive session is always better than a boring one. Trade at your own risk. I won't be responsible if you are making any profits or losses from here today. If you are following what I am doing on my particular screen, if you are following that, and if you are making any profit or loss, so you shall hold the responsibility of that, not me. If your capital is low, size the quantity accordingly. Make sure you know the concepts of position sizing and risk management before you trade or invest on any particular stock. So that is it for today. Are you guys ready? We are going to trade these three IPOs, basically two only. Not going to trade on Sigachi. So I just put SJS Enterprise twice, accidentally things, but no worries. So we are going to trade on these two IPOs today. You got Sigachi. Should I hold or sell? Just continue to hold on to Sigachi. So we are going to trade the two IPOs today, SJS Enterprise and Policy Bazaar. I hope everyone has planned the risk, and just correct position sizing and right set of skills is very, very important. If you have got Sigachi, then continue to hold on. Aditya, there is no need to worry at all. Okay, so we are going to trade these three IPOs. Okay. So that is it. We are done, and we are going to start with our today's trading session. We just have 3 minutes left. So yeah, do tell me in the chat box what is the percentage of risk you have planned for the today's trading session, right? What is the percentage of risk which you are willing to take on each stock, right? What is the percentage of risk you are planning to take on SJS and Policy Bazaar? So Sigachi has listed at 250% up, so which is almost 400 points from the issue price. That is 250% of listing gain. It is too much, I believe. Listing at 570 with an earning per share at 40, the price is valued at a PE of 14 to 15. And considering this company falls under the category of MCC, which is a chemical, still I believe it is a little bit undervalued. But given the fact that it has listed at 250% up, I believe there is, like, let me check how much was the issue, how much was the quantity. Aditya, can you just tell me in the chat box how much was the quantity for this particular IPO which you have got allotted? Just tell me in the chat box only. Till then, I'll just check also once.
So 163,
Yeah,
90
so we have
quantity.
90 shares of quantity, right? We have 90 quantity at an issue price of 160C. So 90 to 163 was 14,670. So yeah, you can take out your initial investment here. You can sell 25 or 26 shares at 570. Now, given the fact that you have sold 26 shares at 570, which means you have taken out your investment of 14,670 rupees. So, जब initial investment बाहर निकल चुका है, when you have taken out the initial investment, that just leaves out you with the free shares which are available in the portfolio. तो इनिशियल इन्वेस्टमेंट बाहर निकाल लो, सेल आउट 25 or 26 shares and hold the remaining. How much shares will be there? 90 minus 26, that is 64 shares. So hold the remaining 64 shares which will be free of cost and exit 26 shares out of your allotment. That will be the view on Sigachi. Okay, so we will just get started. This is a little bit about the screenshot from trading on Nika. We made around 75,000 from Nika. So we'll just get started. Okay, so we are going to follow the price setup first of all. We have SJS and policy bazaar. So what I'll do is I'll just plot both of the charts on the same screen so that we do not miss any kind of opportunity. First bar is going to be a green bar. I'm not much concerned with Sigachi, even though Sigachi might have locked at upper circuit, which I believe. Yeah, so 598.50, Sigachi has locked at upper circuit. You can sell out 20 or 25 shares here. Also, in my view, try to sell on BSC. BSC is priced at 603.75. So that is almost 5 points difference between two exchanges. Try to sell at try to sell on BSC like 24 or 25 shares. That will be good. Circuit लग गया तो you can sell. No, it is a buyer pack. It's not at seller pack. There are ample buyers available. Buyer pack पे sell तो हो जाता है यार. ऐसा question मत पूछो यार. Okay, so first bar is a red bar on SJS Enterprise, and we have first bar as a green bar on Policy Bazaar FinTech. So एक सेकंड में सेकंड चार्ट भी खोल लेता हूँ वहाँ पे. Right. So first bar, red bar on SJS and a green bar on Policy Bazaar. Okay, the price will continue to rise here, but given the fact that SJS is forming a bearish kind of setup, so we would like to wait a little bit here. Given the fact that we have the first bar, we will plot the two VWAPs very, very quickly from here. Okay, so for now, I am able to see only one very, very small possible reversal setup which can form. Right now, this particular pattern is called a bearish pattern. Now, but given the fact that there might be a small reversal above the level of 540, with the stop loss being at the day low at 530. In that case, I will like to risk only 0.25% of my capital because it is a very, very low conviction trade and a very, very low probability, लो कन्विक्शन। ठीक है, तो 0.25% मेरा 18 लाख का कितना हुआ, 4500 रुपीज। तो अगर मेरे को 10 पॉइंट का रिस्क लेना है, इफ आई हैव टू बाय अबव 540 with stop loss 530 which might neglect right now। ओके neglect हो गया तो ट्रेड को वेट करते हैं थोड़ा। Policy Bazaar is continuing to go up. SJS is locked at upper circuit, so absolutely no need to think much about it. अभी ये SJS में लो नीचे शिफ्ट हो रहा है, that is why I neglected the trade for the time being। 525 का बन गया है। Wow, Policy Bazaar is almost 1200 now. Given the fact that issue price was 90, 980, 1200 is very very amazing. Did any of you get the allotment of Policy Bazaar? Is it? No, apparently I did get one lot of Policy Bazaar, which I'm continuing to hold. SJS is continuing to go down. This there is no strength, no sign of strength so far from SJS Enterprise, and Sigachi though is locked at upper circuit only, so no point of checking Sigachi. Okay, so right now the price is just looking to consolidate only to me. There is no too lower closing or any kind of particular bar which is forming. Abhi policy bazaar mein there is some kind of consolidation happening from the top line, which is a good thing. Let's wait and watch for some time. Okay, here I'm looking at a small setup, but I wanted this bar to be a red bar, unfortunately. Okay, but no problem. We'll just plot the two anchor VWAP from the first opening bar and the second this particular bar. तो यहाँ वाली बार से थोड़ा सा सिग्निफिकेंस तो है। It is showing a support somewhere around 1165 also. So any kind of setup which will form, that will form only above the level of 1205, and with the stop loss being at I can keep here or not, let me check, first, second, third. So yeah, I can keep a stop loss here, but let me plot the initial VWAP also once. That is the point. If I look to buy above the level of 1205 with the stop loss of 1175, then the initial VWAP is going around 1167. So that might neglect, and the price might come down and hit the initial VWAP as well. So we will like to wait a little bit here, but yeah, any kind of setup which will form, if there is any bullish setup, that will be only about 1205 for the time being. And in that case, the stop loss on the downside will come around 1165, so slightly below 1165, 1164.95, right? But right now there is no setup, we have not taken any kind of order, right? We have not executed any particular stop either of SJS or Policy Bazaar. Okay, from the top line, SJS is just looking, continuing selling pressure, and the price is starting to rise now a little bit. Policy is getting hammered a little bit, given the fact that volume weighted average price was coming somewhere around 1167. We are still waiting and watching. Now here a possible momentum reversal setup can form on SJS Enterprise. You can look to buy SJS above level of 540, right? That will be a possible momentum reversal setup, but it will be slightly low probability. So look to risk slightly lesser amount with the stop loss being at 550. That is almost 25 points ka risk. So I'm planning to go with uh, 25 points risk, right? So let's see if I go with 300, that will be around 7,500. Yeah, so I'm planning to go with 300 shares of SJS Enterprise above the level of 539.40. So I'm keeping at 540.10 here. I'll buy above 540 with the stop loss of 515. That is my first trading setup which has formed on SJS Enterprise. The technique used here is anchor VWAP trading and price reversal setup. Right, so I will look to buy above buy above 540 with the stop loss being at 515. That is my first setup on SJS Enterprise. I'm planning to go with a risk of around 0.4%. Right, I'm planning to go with a risk of around 0.4%. I'll look to pyramid and buy more quantity as the price continues to go higher. Okay, so यहाँ पे एक बहुत ही interesting चीज हुई है. A very interesting thing has happened here. What I am seeing here is that the price is starting to make a higher low here. There is a possibility that ये वाला जो price बन रहा है यहाँ पे, this particular low which is made somewhere around 520, somewhere around 520 I'll say, because 523 है अभी. So this might act as a higher low. And if that happens, my risk of 25 points, which was initial, that was reduced to almost 16 points risk, right? So let's see if it will act as a higher low or not. That will give validation only above the level of 540. Policy Bazaar came till VWAP and gave almost one, two, three wick rejections so far. So which is looking like a good thing. I don't think 1149 should break on the downside, but let's see. Still there is a little bit of uh, confusion around the end, because the price is not able to sustain above the VWAP also. If it is not able to sustain below VWAP, it's not able to sustain above VWAP either. So yeah, before listing, I was talking about how we traded on Nika and made around 75,000. Uh, in Nika also, we had taken a risk of 1% only, which was almost around 18,000 rupees. So we divided that risk into almost, I think, two trades. We divided the risk into two trades, and the first trade had taken our stop loss, and we had lost 8,000 rupees. But in the second trade, we made around 35 or 36,000, which resulted in a net profit of 28 or 27,000. So total gain so far from Nika is at 75,000, and we don't have any open positions on Nika, so that is a great thing. And trading IPOs is particularly my favorite thing to do. Okay, so now from the high, the price is starting to go down only. So let me just plot one AVWAP from here to check. Yeah, 1185 looks like a little bit hurdle. Now, given the fact that price is starting to chop around the VWAP and give some, crossages, this particular high needs to be taken out to gain some initial momentum, and the price will get weak below the level of 1149, right? So momentum above 1172.5, weak below 1149, right? So a small trade setup which can possibly form here will be to buy above 1172.5, but it will be very, very low conviction, low probability setup once again. Buy above 1172.5 with a stop loss of 1149. This will be low conviction, low probability setup. So best is to go with some 0.25% risk only for that. Right, 0.25% matlab 4500 divided by 72.5 minus 49, which is almost 23 or 25 odd points. So basically 180 shares which I can look to buy here. So yeah, I mean, the quantity is decent, so I can go with 200 shares on policy bazaar. I would like to buy 200 shares above 1172.5, so I'm keeping an order at 1173 point, let's say 6. So that is our very, very first setup which has formed on Policy Bazaar. Buy above 1172.5, stop loss 1149.00, the rest 0.25% of your capital, which means if you have a capital of 1 lakh, then go with the quantity of how much would that be? That is almost 23 points risk. So 250, 23, 10, 12. So you should go with 12 quantity if you have a capital of 1 lakh. That is for the first trading setup on Policy Bazaar. Let's see if it activates or not. Okay, now it looks like we might have a perfect setup to trade. So I'm just plotting the SJS Enterprise chart once again to make you understand better. Now, to those who attended the session yesterday on the VWAP and anchor volume weighted average price, you can very well see that the price started to go down early morning, made a low of around 550. Now there is a very, very small possibility that from here price has made a high of 536. There is a small chance that price will make this low and make a new high. If that happens, the pattern which will form will be ABC pattern. Is that about right? Right from the downward trend, that will be a reversal setup of ABC pattern. And if that happens, I need to keep the anchor VWAP first of all plotted from this particular point and the initial price, which is the normal volume weighted average price. So pretty evident that from the lows, if I plot the VWAP, so it is, looking slightly choppy right now, but we will have a very, very excellent buy opportunity above the level of 536.75. So buy above 536.75 with the stop loss being somewhere around here right now, because see right now तो the previous low is not neglected. अगर 515 के नीचे मुझे breakdown मिल जाता है, then this low will be neglected and the stop loss will shift a little bit lower, but if it breaks below 515 the trade will be cancelled. So this is the setup right now which we have in front of the screen. Till then, let me just talk about my morning trade, which you might have seen in the positions. I bought around 100 shares of CDSL. So why did I take that trade? Let me just discuss that also with you. Now CDSL on daily charts has given a breakout above its previous high. So this is a very important resistance zone which was there. The price is looking to give a strong breakout above that resistance zone, but given the fact that it gave a sharp breakout, I was waiting for a retracement. And from early morning, the volume weighted average price is coming somewhere around 1572. Okay, yeah, so policy Bazaar trade has been activated right now. We have kept a stop loss at 1149. Let me just quickly go and keep the stop loss for the 90. 1149. So I will keep at 1148.96. Okay, so I have kept the stop loss. Let's see, 0.25% risk trade, barely any amount of risk, so not much worried about it. Yeah, so about this, we had plotted the VWAP from the morning, and right now the price is looking to consolidate around the VWAP, which is a great thing. I just took 100 shares with a view of keeping the stop loss at day low at 1515. So I bought at 1580 with the stop loss of 1515, almost risk of 6500 rupees, somewhere around 0.3 or 0.25% only. So my view is to add some more shares here above the level of 1585 or 1590. So I will add more above 1590, and once I add more, I will like to shift my stop loss from here to here at 1558. My view is only intraday. I'm not planning to carry this particular trade out. So yeah, in case you want to take any kind of intraday setup, this is a good setup right in front of frequency. You can buy at 1567 with the stop loss of 1515, and you can add more above 1590 and shift your stop loss to 1558. Till then, let's get back to the IPOs. See, if I do not get any setup, then I will not trade that particular stock for the day, right? I will just like to wait, sit back patiently and wait for my setup. I never have any kind of hurry to buy any particular stock or sell in any kind of FOMO. So it gave me a setup here. I entered. My stop loss is at 1549. This was my buy above level, and this was my stop loss level. So my stop loss is kept at 1149. My risk is barely 0.25 or 0.3% here. Low conviction, low probability setup might trigger the stop loss, but no need to worry at all. Okay, now given the fact that we have looked for low probability setup, it is also important to check if there is any kind of high probability setup which can form on policy. So policy bazaar, the price started up early in the morning and it went up from here to here. Then the price came down from here to here, almost 1150. Now the price is again looking to consolidate only to me. There is no kind of possible ABC setup which can form. The price is just moving zigzag only. So there is no ABC setup right now. There is only one setup which formed as per the VWAP and anchor VWAP, right? Which was the volume weighted average price top bar, right? Let me get rid of these. Right. So the setup which formed was only with the help of indicator known as volume weighted average price. The price came down from the level of 1204.9 to almost 1150, and then price started to rise, but it failed to go above the level of 1172.35. The price came low as 1150, so we will just keep our stop loss at 1149. Then the price went above the level of 1172.35 right here at this particular bar, and it also went up right here once again. So it's clean and clear breakout above the first volume weighted average price drop above the level of the VWAP indicator, right? So we are just waiting and watching for the time being. We have taken the trade, of course, with 0.25% risk. Okay, SJS is looking to like give a breakdown. Let's see if we can see any big rejections or not. Okay, so no big rejections on SJS Enterprise. So unfortunately, the stock is looking weak here. It might continue to go down here, but yeah, on charts it is looking weak to me. So we will have no view for the time being until and unless the stock goes above the level of 536.75. Only above 536.75 we might see strength now. Else it's weak for time being. Okay, so given the fact that the stock is weak for time being and we have one ABC pattern forming, most of you must have spotted it already. A, B, and C, right? This is the first ABC pattern which we have got on SJS Enterprise, giving a bearish breakdown on the downside. So this is A, this is B, and this is C. And now we have got a breakdown below the B level. So it is a bearish pattern, of course, and we have to plot the anchor viewer as per our rules. So A, B, and C. Okay, and this is the morning volume weighted average price. So I'll just get rid of that. Okay, so no strength until the price goes above the level of 537, or it goes above the three AVR bands and then comes down and tries to take support around those three bands. So तब तक के लिए SJS Enterprise को करना पड़ेगा bye bye. Till then, we will just watch Policy Bazaar FinTech, which is our one trade which we have executed since the morning, following the volume weighted average price. See, अगर setup नहीं बनेगा तो मुझे कोई interest नहीं है trade करने का, right? If there is no setup forming, then I will not trade. Now my first setup which has formed is a VWAP chop setup. So 3 point, right? That is the first setup. It is a low probability, low conviction setup. So I have taken 0.25%. ठीक है, बाकी वेट एंड वॉच करते हैं. एसजेएस में मेरे को लगता है नीचे पे कुछ ना कुछ गेम जरूर होगा. देयर माइट बी समथिंग ऑन द डाउनसाइड given the fact that Ashish Kacholia has bought such huge number, so there might be some momentum building up sooner or later. We will keep this on the watch list, and I will also set an alert here just in case if I miss out crossing up 536.75. Nika gave a buy trade early morning only. And the buy trade which Nika had given that day, that eventually took our stop loss and we lost 8,000 rupees on that particular trade. But we did lose 8,000 rupees, but the thing that we did not lose was time, right? We still had ample amount of time left for the further trades to form. And the second trade which formed on Nika, it gave absolutely mind-blowing profits of around 35 to 36,000. So that is why I have pushed the time limit a little bit more for today's live trading session, so that in case we get any kind of trade, we will just execute in front of the screen and tell you the reasoning behind the same. So we will just wait and watch here for the time being. We will have the charts opened up on both the screens, and let's see कब trade बनता है. ओके सो यहाँ पे एक पॉसिबल थोड़ा मॉडरेट कन्विक्शन या हाई कन्विक्शन ट्रेड आप कह सकते हो जो बन सकता है ऑन द स्क्रीन हियर इज दैट आई जस्ट गेट rid of these for the time being, or let me just keep the text or show you on a different chart. So I'll just get rid of these for the time being and the drawings also. Let me tell you what the high conviction or moderate conviction trades that can form here. From the high of this particular point, we draw one anchor VWAP, and from this low, we draw one more anchor VWAP of 1150. Now, given the fact that there is a possibility of an ABC breakout here from this point to this point, and then this particular low of 1159. Now, there is one very small thing which can happen. If the price gives a breakout above 1176.95, it may or may not go above the level of 1180, because that is an anchored volume weighted average price from this high of 1204.90, right? So the setup which can form, that will be buy above 1180 with the stop loss being at 1164, which is almost how much points risk? 16 points risk, right? Now this will be a moderate conviction trade, right? Because given the fact that from the high we had a steep fall right here, right? And from the lows now the price is trying to make an ABC breakout pattern, which is a reversal breakout pattern right here, right? But it will be higher probability if it goes above the level of 1180, which is anchored volume weighted average price drawn from 1205, right? So that will be the first setup which can form here, which will have moderate conviction and good chances of going up, right? So that is the first trade which can form. We will keep this on radar. Let me just quickly calculate the quantity also. If I'm planning to go with 0.5% risk, let's say, then 500 shares, 500 by 16, 32. So 32 shares for trader with capital 1 lakh. That will be buy above 1180 with a stop loss of 1100. But that's not 64, that will be 1160 basically. So that is 20 points, right? 20 by 500 कितना हुआ 25, not 32. Right, so that is my trade here. I will look to buy above 1180. So let me just push this price to 1180 only, with the stop loss being at 1159.80, which is somewhere around 1160 only. So yeah, that is the trade which is forming right now. We will wait for it to execute before going to hit any buy orders. 25 shares अगर है 1 lakh के लिए, तो मेरी तो 18 lakh है, that is 450 shares. So we will like to wait and watch. अभी थोड़ा consolidate कर ही रहा है, order लगा देते हैं जब तक. 450 shares buy above 1180. So buy above 1180 means 1180. Let me just keep 1181 only. ओके 450 शेयर्स अभी तो ये एसजेएस का ऑर्डर कैंसिल कर दो CDSL इज ट्राइंग टू गो अप मेरे को 1590 के ऊपर ऐड करना था okay SJS is also suddenly trying to go up let's see if there is anything happening here okay nothing yet okay so CDSL 1593 मेरा ऐड हो गया होगा right 1593 I have added some quantity here and now my stop loss should shift that 1557.50 okay so policy bazaar is there SJS Enterprise एक मिनट लगा okay, do tell me in the chat box if you are planning to take the policy bazaar trade or not, and if you are planning, then how much risk are you willing to go with? This is the risk of 0.5%, right? So, how much risk are you planning to take on policy bazaar? Do tell me that in the chat box. I'm going with 0.5% risk above 1180 with a stop loss of 1160, not 1164. Okay, so do tell me in the chat box how much risk are you planning to go with? Okay, Anil is going with 0.25% risk. That's great. Let's see. Very well, the trade is activated at 1181. We have bought 450 shares and now we have a total of 650 shares in Policy Bazaar. Right now, we are going to keep a stop loss here at 1159, which is the day low, right? This was the low, right? 1159.80. So always try to keep stop loss slightly below that particular point, right? I will just keep it at 1158, which is going to be my stop loss. एक second, initial शायद लगा हुआ है. Okay, so 1158 is going to be my stop loss for Policy Bazaar. I have taken the shares and now I'm just going to wait and watch. अभी मेरा ऊपर पे target कितना आएगा? You people might ask me that where will be the hurdle next on the upside. तो ये वाला जो closing price था of 1195, this particular high, and the next high, which was at 1200, 4.90, will be an exciting level to watch. We will just like to see how the price behaves around that resistance. तो ये ABC pattern का मेरे को breakout मिल गया नीचे से. This is A, this is B, and this is C. Right. So कल के rules के हिसाब से I will just plot the three anchor VWAPs from the point number A. Let me just change the color also. इसको blue कर देते हैं. Then point number B. इसको green कर देते हैं. And then point number C. This point. इसको red कर देते हैं. Okay. So these three anchor VWAPs, they are going to be the most important. And of course high से तो हमने draw कर ही लिया था just for reference. Okay, now the stop loss is going to be at 1159. Try to keep stop loss at 1158. Give a small bit of room for the price to move. So stop loss 1158 पे हमने रख दिया है. Right, we have taken the quantity and now we are just going to wait and watch on policy bazaar. ऊपर पे देखते हैं resistance पे क्या होता है. अगर कोई rejection आएगा तो we will plan to act on accordingly. अभी यहाँ पे एक बहुत exciting चीज क्या हो रही है, the ABC pattern gave a breakdown on SJS Enterprise and the price started to go down. ठीक है, that is absolutely fine. Price नीचे जा रहा था and then price started to suddenly go up and now the price is taking support at these two anchor VWAP bands, right? If that is happening, that means that the stock might not go below the level of 500 and what is the flow? 520, right? So it seems that 520 is making slight amount of base here. तो 520 के आसपास मेरे को लग रहा है ऐसा कुछ एक base बन रहा है, right? This looks like a base formation here. And if that happens, then if we get a breakout above the third anchor VWAP, then we can look to buy this particular stock with 0.25 or 0.5% risk according to LS Capital, of course. देखते हैं, अभी तो base formation ही चल रहा है. The high made is around 525, right? ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे एक ट्रेड ये हो सकता है that you buy above the blue VWAP. एक सेकंड में इसका कलर चेंज कर देता हूँ तभी तो भूल जाऊँ. So you buy above the blue VWAP and keep the stop loss at 520, which is below the two black VWAPs, right? That is going to be the first trade. तो इसमें risk बहुत छोटा होगा. So you can go with let me see, I think नीचे से एक बार मैं that is coming around 515.90, right? इसका stop loss थोड़ा 515 shift करना पड़ेगा, right? Because from the lows the VWAP which is coming, that is around 515.90. So you can buy above the blue VWAP and keep the stop loss slightly below the red VWAP, this particular red VWAP which we have drawn, that is 515 below the red VWAP. And here you can risk 0.5%, right? 515 का अगर stop loss होगा and if you are buying above the particular blue VWAP, so 0.5% risk ले सकते हो, which means you can go with somewhere around, if I'm going with 900, then that is 900 by 18, which is almost 50 shares for a trader with capital 1 lakh. 900, yeah. So 50 shares for trader with capital 1 lakh. So let's see. अभी तो पहले trade activate हुए तभी we will go to react accordingly. So 50 shares पे that will be almost 900 shares. लेट्स सी, अभी थोड़ा वेट करते हैं। 525 40 525 40 का है इसमें ब्लू वी का। ठीक है, 450 शेयर्स यहाँ पे मैं बाय कर लेता हूँ पहले एक बार। ब्लू वीवैप के ऊपर मेरे को ब्रेकआउट यहाँ पे मिल रहा है, बट आई एम स्लाइटली वेटिंग फॉर अ ग्रीन कैंडल क्लोजिंग ऑल्सो अबाउट दिस लेवल, सो दैट मेरे को थोड़ा कॉन्फिडेंस मिल जाए यहाँ पे। Come on, give me a green candle closing. Okay, no green candle closing it seems here. तो यहाँ पे मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, यहाँ पे मैं एग्जिट ही कर रहा हूँ। ठीक है, अगर मेरे को ग्रीन कैंडल का क्लोजिंग नहीं मिला, सो आई जस्ट डिसाइडेड टू गो विद एन एग्जिट। अभी इस केस में मैं क्या करूंगा, ये जो रेड कैंडल का रिजेक्शन मिला है, इसके हाई के ऊपर ही देखूंगा बाय करने के लिए। ठीक है, विच इज ऑलमोस्ट 528 लेवल। तो मैं सिर्फ 528 के ऊपर ही बाय देखूंगा। अब आई विल लुक टू बाय ओनली अबव 528, and in that case I will go with my stop loss of 500 and where is the red VWAP going now, 517, right? So I will like to go with the stop loss being at 550. So 13 points का risk हो जाएगा, and if I'm planning to go with 0.5%, then that is almost 692 shares, right? So almost 700 shares है मेरे लिए, because my capital is 18 lakh. ठीक है, अब मैं ऑर्डर लगा सकता हूँ आराम से। नाउ आई कैन कीप द ऑर्डर फॉर 700 शेयर्स टू बाय अबव द लेवल ऑफ 528, सो आई विल कीप इट एट 528.25, राइट? थोड़ा सा ऊपर रख लेते हैं, 40 रख लेते हैं, चलो। ओके, so let's see now how many are really planning to take on SJS Enterprise and with how much amount of risk. अगर मेरी 18 लाख है एंड मैं 700 ले रहा हूँ, so you should size it accordingly if you are planning to follow what I'm doing. यहाँ पे मेरे को एक चीज चाहिए कि ये रेड वीवैप थोड़ा और कंसोलिडेट होके अगर 520 तक आ जाए ना, देन आई विल बी एबल टू टेक स्लाइटली मोर अमाउंट ऑफ क्वांटिटी। Buy above 528 has been triggered for SJS Enterprise. The third VWAP is coming somewhere around the level of 520, 518, right? So 10 points, I can, try to increase some quantity here. So let me just increase the quantity a little bit here. I'll just increase, say, 100 shares more. 800, Okay, that is giving me a good closing also, so I'm increasing 200 more. So I'm going with a total of 1000 shares here on SJS Enterprise at 528.50, or you can say 529, including the average of the previous trade. So 1000 shares of SJS I have taken here at 528. My stop loss is going to be slightly below the red VWAP. The red VWAP is coming somewhere around the level of 519 here. पर मेरे को लगता है ये थोड़ा बहुत ऊपर शिफ्ट हो गया 520 तक आ जाएगा, राइट? So stop loss right now is coming around 517.5, or you can say 518 here. ठीक है, अभी के लिए ये आ रहा है. Let's see, as the red VWAP starts to come up, the stop loss will shift a little bit higher also. ए बी सी, तो मेरे को सी के ऊपर एक रिवर्सल ब्रेकआउट चाहिए. 2 3 this red. Yeah, so you can see, absolutely the similar pattern which we were discussing in the yesterday's session. We drew the anchor VWAP from A, from B, from C, and then we drew an anchor VWAP from the low, which was around 500 and how much is it? 507, I think. Yeah, 508.40. Then we drew an anchor VWAP from this particular point, and we bought as soon as we got a breakout above the blue VWAP. Now we will keep the stop loss below the red VWAP. राइट, सो इसके नीचे रखेंगे थोड़ा सा, इस पे एक बार पुश कर देता हूँ. राइट, सो स्टॉप लॉस इज 517.50. ओके, सो दिस इज द ट्रेड. अभी फर्दर मोमेंटम किस लेवल के ऊपर आएगा, दिस यू कैन वेरी वेरी टेल. फर्दर मोमेंटम above 536.75, right? That is pretty much obvious, right? Which was a C point. So, what do you guys think? Do you think that the price will go above 536.75, or will it just reverse and hit the stop loss? What is your opinion here? In my view, I am having a very strong conviction here that price will go above 536.75. But what do you think? Do tell me in the chat box. Very well, there you see the price going above the level of 536.75, as we had expected from our VWAP and AVWAP strategy, which we followed, right? So now it is pretty evident that the price has an upside open till almost 542 and 549. So we would like to see how the price behaves once it reaches a level of 549. Till then, we are just waiting patiently and watching. ठीक है, but remember very well that you need to keep shifting the stop loss to slightly below red VWAP. ठीक है, क्योंकि जो रेड VWAP होगी वो हमेशा ब्लैक और ब्लू के नीचे रहेगी. So make sure you know that. Keep shifting the stop loss. Policy बाजार थोड़ा नीचे आया है, but that is absolutely fine. Even if policy bazaar takes my stop loss, I will lose around 1180, 1158, right? So how much shares do I have? 650. uh So yeah, I will lose somewhere around 14,000 on it. Big deal if you lose 14,000 on Policy Bazaar, right? Given the fact that the setup is very good, there is absolutely no need to worry. अभी तो ये AVWAPs के around आ रहा है. Let's see कैसा play out करता है थोड़े time में. We are just continuing to maintain a hold on this particular stock. But in case you want safety, then एक सेकंड में को check करना. एक दो ABC and कोई है. ओके फाइन, लेट्स सी. अभी थोड़ा वेट करते हैं पॉलिसी बाजार में. वी वुड लाइक टू सी हाउ द प्राइस इज बिहेविंग फ्रॉम द टॉप. एंड या 543 for SJS Enterprise, that is looking like a good move here. We have 1000 shares on hold, so let's see कैसा play out होता है. It is important to hold on to your winners, right? 546, 547, let's see if it can take out 549 or not here. ओके, तब तक लेट्स रिव्यू पॉलिसी बाजार. अगर वो कंसोलिडेट कर रहा है तो करना है. From here to this point, no, it's in here. So okay, a breakout above 549. Are we about to get or not? Or do we get a red candle rejection? How is it going to be? A small red candle rejection is going to be here. Okay, that's not a red bar, that's a green bar only. 0.5 paise up. Let's see if 550 can be taken out on the upside or not. 550 is having almost 38,000 share order shares. That is taken out 551 now. What a marvelous move. We are continuing to hold on to our position here, and we will see how the price behaves further. ठीक है, देखते हैं. जब तक कोई रेड कैंडल का रिजेक्शन नहीं मिल रहा है, there is absolutely no need to worry. I don't have any stop losses in place, right? Yeah. To get a successful red candle rejection, you need to wait for the candle to close. अभी यहाँ पे अगर red candle का rejection आ जाता है above 549, I will exit 50% shares. ठीक है, I will not give a second thought. and like to say wait or anything, I would like to 544. Okay, so I'm exiting 500 shares at 544. Okay, booking profit is never giving a second thought. So 545, I have exited 500 shares, and now I'm just holding 500 shares with the stop loss being slightly below the red candle. अभी ये जो red candle का rejection आया ना, ये थोड़ा बहुत dangerous prove out हो सकता है अगर डे हाई से आता है तो. So अब इस केस में हम stop loss को इधर शिफ्ट कर सकते हैं black line के नीचे, which is black line is how much 528.95, right? So you can shift the stop loss here to 525. ठीक है. और आई थिंक यू वेरी वेल माइट बी रिमेम्बरिंग दैट जो हमने ट्रेड लिया था वो 528 529 के अराउंड लिया था, राइट? 528 529 के अराउंड हमने ट्रेड लिया है, तो अब हमारे से 500 शेयर्स पेंडिंग है, एंड नाउ आवर स्टॉप लॉस इज 525. marvelous move from policy bazaar, also surprisingly from the consolidation. I think वही VWAP का play out हुआ होगा. Let me check. A B and C. Yeah, well, the VWAP from point A has played out here wonderfully. It tried to act a very, very strong support here. तो काफी अच्छा पुल बैक मूव आया. See, if you get a red candle rejection, you never need to think twice. अगर डे हाई से एक रेड कैंडल का रिजेक्शन आ रहा है, ये रिजेक्शन होता है जो फिक्स दिखती है ऊपर पे. If you are getting a red candle rejection, do not think twice and immediately exit your 50% shares which you have bought earlier. ठीक है? So that is why I immediately sold at 545. I did not see the price twice or think twice. So let's see कितना gains we can manage to scale out today. अभी पॉलिसी बाजार में मेरा व्यू है कि once it reaches this particular price line of how much is the idea 1195.70 and this particular high of 1204.90, राइट? तो ये दो पॉइंट काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है. यहाँ पे देखते हैं कैसा प्राइस बिहेव करता है एक बार आके. अगर कोई रेड कैंडल रिजेक्शन मिलता है तो आई विल एग्जिट 25% or 50% of my quantity. 1194, good move for policy bazaar so far. See, ये प्रॉफिट लॉस को तो कभी देखना ही नहीं चाहिए, राइट? हाउ मच प्रॉफिट यू आर मेकिंग, हाउ मच लॉस you are making, that is absolutely fine, but the most important thing which you need to be focused on is your charts, right? That is going to be the most important thing which you should focus on while trading in any kind of stock. तो अभी रेड कैंडल रिजेक्शन का मेरे को वेट है, जब तक वो नहीं आएगा तब तक आई विल कंटिन्यू टू होल्ड विद माय इनिशियल स्टॉप लॉस. Okay, 1199. So we have got a green candle closing above the highest closing value above which all wicks are there. So price might hit till 1204 very, very easily. Let's wait and watch. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे कोई रेड कैंडल का रिजेक्शन तो आया नहीं है, राइट? सो वी विल जस्ट कंटिन्यू मेंटेनिंग होल्ड, एंड आल्सो गिवन द फैक्ट दैट अब 1 घंटा हो चुका है, सो इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट टू चेक आउट द 5 मिनट टाइम फ्रेम आल्सो on both of the stocks, SJS and Policy Bazaar. ये टू कैंडल टू वाला सेटअप लगा देता हूँ. So SJS में, you might be able to see very clearly the red candle rejection which came from the high of 549. तो इसीलिए मैंने वहाँ पे 500 shares exit किए थे because of the red candle rejection. And now my stop loss has moved to 525 right now. I will like to keep it slightly below these three A VWAPs only. And अगर कोई भी एक anchor VWAP के below closing दे देती है, I will exit the remaining 500 shares also. What do you think? Do you think we will get a breakout above 1200 4.90, or do you think this will be a red candle rejection? Right? What do you think? Breakout or red candle rejection above 1200 4.90 on Policy Bazaar? Do tell me in the chat box. I think that given the fact that नीचे से एक ABC का breakout मिला है यहाँ पे, this A, B and C, ये जो breakout मिला है यहाँ पे, and also given the fact that price came here and it took support around this particular VWAP, I think that 1205 के ऊपर एक breakout मिलना चाहिए. Let's see still. बाकी हमारे hands में कुछ भी नहीं है, हमारे hands में सिर्फ 650 shares है. Okay, high मारा है 1205 का. Let's see if that high sustains, or okay, that is a green bar, that is safe. $529.5 पे आ रहा है अभी. Okay. Okay, 1207, that seems like a breakout. लेकिन hopefully for the best ये close हो जाए candle. Okay, close नहीं हो पा रही है. Let's see, just 19 seconds remaining. Just don't give me red. Don't give me red. Don't give me red. 10 seconds. 9, 8. Okay, that is almost going to be red. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Okay, safe. That is a green bar. Right, that is a green bar. So no red candle rejection so far. We can very well wait patiently. See, red candle rejection का मतलब ये होता है कि जो ऊपर से wick reject हो रही है, that is fine, but this candle needs to be red. Okay, this does not need to be green. Now I have changed the color here to blue, so do not get confused. Green कर देता हूँ एक बार. Right. So red candle का rejection अभी आया नहीं है, which means there is further up move pending. The stock will go more up today. अभी यहाँ पे क्या चल रहा है? 529.65 is the anchor wave up on the downside. So I don't think 528, 527.50 के नीचे जाएगा, but still we are just waiting and watching. अगर नीचे जाएगा तो we will, we will just exit from the same. Okay, 8 seconds remaining. Red candle मत दे दियो भाई. Okay, that is also green. Once again, we are safe. अभी तक कोई भी रेड कैंडल का रिजेक्शन नहीं आया है, so that is absolutely safe. Downside पे price might come around 1192 or 1190 to take support once again, but that is absolutely fine until and unless there is no red candle rejection. Okay, the move has started once again. Let's see if it can take out the high of 1208 or not. 1208 has been taken out on the upside. We have 1209 coming up. 1210 पे थोड़ा ऑर्डर होगा मेरे को लगता है. 70,000 shares at 1210. That definitely needs some kind of strong buying here. Okay, तो डे हाई के ऊपर क्लोजिंग आ गई है, बट हियर नीड नॉट फॉरगेट द 5 मिनट टाइम फ्रेम आल्सो. जैसे जैसे टाइम पास होता है, इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट टू गिव इंपॉर्टेंस टू द हायर टाइम फ्रेम्स. 1205 ये है डे हाई. इसके ऊपर एक क्विक रिजेक्शन आ चुका है ग्रीन कैंडल का. Now I'm taking out some 150 shares here, or let me wait for a few minutes. Actually, never mind. I'm just taking 150 shares out here just to book some profits. Okay, 150 shares have been taken out here at 1207.50. I'm continuing to hold 500 shares, and अभी ये मैंने shares take out क्यों किए हैं, this I will explain you. ये वाला जो day high था, which was an early morning day high of 1204.90, उसके ऊपर मेरे को एक green candle का big rejection मिला है यहाँ पे. So this is just a green candle rejection, right? We need not worry about that. But here once again I am expecting one more rejection. तो अब ये जो continuous rejections जाते जाते हैं ना, that often results in sooner or later red candle rejection. So just for kind of a safety, I have taken out 150 shares here. Right, that is almost around 23% of my quantity. So I have booked 25% at 1207.50. Holding 75%, so don't need to worry about it. 1212, मेरे को तो 48 seconds more, right? Okay, 27 seconds to go. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that 5 minute पे मेरे को 1208 के ऊपर closing मिलेगा या नहीं? 5 minute पे 18 seconds, 17, 16, 15. लेट्स सी 1208 के ऊपर एक क्लोजिंग चाहिए जस्ट फॉर गेटिंग सम मोर वैलिडेशन. Okay, we are going to get a closing now because 1215 has been taken out and 15 पे काफी sell order था. So that is good. 15 has been taken out. We have got a closing. 75% shares I am continuing to hold on here. अभी ऊपर में मेरे को टारगेट निकालने के लिए थोड़ा सा मेरा मैथ लगाना पड़ेगा and थोड़ा सा फिबोनाची भी लगाना पड़ेगा. Okay, Fibonacci. First of all, we will go on price range here. From here to here, it is almost 54 points. तो ऊपर में 54 points का move तो at least हमें expect करना चाहिए from 1205. Right, 54 points का move अगर हम expect करेंगे, so that will be almost a target of 1250. कितना था 54 is 1205, 54, 1255 and 1260. So this target we can expect from policy bazaar today by the end of the day, right? So we will continue to hold on to our 500 shares. अब 1250 60 आ गया तो almost around like 45,000 तक gain हो जाएगा, so that is fine, काफी है. और या एसजेएस भी 538 हो चुका है एक बार, तो एसजेएस पे भी एक बार we will quickly check on 5 मिनट कुछ चल रहा है तो. ये लो से ये बना और ये वाले लो से ये. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे एक सपोर्ट ले रहा है अभी, that is fine. 529 के below weak हो जाएगा, so we will keep a check on that. So absolutely marvelously the trades are going and we are just sitting back and enjoying. I hope all of you are also enjoying today's live trading session with me. And yeah, well, बाकी तो देखते हैं कैसा trade play out होता है. We are just maintaining the hold, completely not focused towards profits and loss and just focusing on the charts. ठीक है, तो प्राइस के हिसाब से जो टारगेट आ रहा है दैट इज 1255 एंड 1260 एंड जो फिबोनाची के हिसाब से आएगा दैट विल बी दिस टू दिस, दैट इज 1240 ओनली एंड this that is again 1239 1256 somewhere around those levels. ठीक है, तो हम बिल्कुल वेट करेंगे फिबोनाची तक आने का एंड द प्राइस लेवल्स तक के आने का. until then we will not do anything. तब तक जस्ट हम वेट एंड वॉच करेंगे, right? At least till 1240 doing anything is not a good decision, right? तब तक हम बस wait and watch करते हैं. ग्रेट, 1219 हो चुका है, 1222, 1222. ओके, तो मेरे पास यहाँ पे 500 शेयर हैं, राइट? आई विल स्टार्ट टू बुक फ्रॉम 1239.45 जो कि एक इमीडिएट फिबोनाची है, राइट? अगर इफ आई चेक ऑन द लाइन चार्ट वंस देन this to this is the point, right? So 1239 1246 के आसपास एक हल्का सा रेजिस्टेंस है ऊपर की तरफ. only see तो अभी तो वी आर जस्ट वेटिंग एंड वाचिंग गाइस. मेरे को कोई जल्दी नहीं है अभी प्रॉफिट बुक करने का until 1238 1240 तक आ जाए, right? Then we can maybe look to book some 25% profits more. But तब तक के लिए मेरे को कोई जल्दी नहीं है पॉलिसी बाजार में. I'm just waiting and watching here. SJS Enterprise, yeah, 529, 520, 530 around, it's a बहुत consolidated here. Let's see if it can go above 551 or not this time. Only after it goes above 551, then we can decide something here. But till then, though, it is just consolidating, so we're just going to wait and watch. I hope all of you are enjoying today's live trading session. अगर ये वाली techniques सीखनी है, so you can ping me after the session. Right, the techniques which we use to trade IPOs. If you want to learn these techniques, you can ping me after the session. Else, just enjoy the move till then. 1200, 27, so 40,000 up so far on the net gains. 27,000 from Policy Bazaar, almost 10,000 from SJS Enterprise. Looks good only so far. 1238, 1240 का मेरे को वेट है अभी अपसाइड पे. यहाँ पे SJS में मेरे को यार थोड़ा सा डाउट लग रहा है, given the fact that SJS is consolidating since so long and the price is also not moving up. यहाँ पे 528 का एक सपोर्ट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, given the fact that 529.80 is the lowest volume weighted average price. So stop loss is coming 528 for the time being now. Policy is doing fantastic, no doubt of course. तो यहाँ पे मैं पॉलिसी में एक छोटा सा सेल ऑर्डर रखूंगा, मेरे पास 500 शेयर्स हैं, तो आई विल लाइक टू एग्जिट let's say 150 shares here at 1230. How much was it? 38. So I'll keep it at 1238 for 150 shares sell order in policy bazaar. Okay. SJS क्या कंसोलिडेट कर रहा है, देखते हैं क्या होता है. Till then we'll just sit back and enjoy the move. Any doubts, any queries, or any kind of suggestion which you want to give, the chat box is always open. You can always post in the chat box. 1234, what a marvelous move on Policy Bazaar. 30,000 up so far on Policy Bazaar. We are still holding on to our trade with 500 shares outstanding. ये SJS में भी थोड़ा मूव हो जाता तो ठीक हो जाता. ओके 528 यहाँ पे मेरे को एक क्लोजिंग मिल जाए तो मैं एग्जिट के लिए डिसीजन लूँ। क्लोजिंग नहीं मिला है अभी तक। Okay, so now now given the fact that price is starting to consolidate here, तो 5 मिनट पे कुछ नहीं है, 1 minute पे भी कुछ नहीं है. Okay, so no need to worry here at all. And on SJS Enterprise, we can very well keep a stop loss now. 527.60 का इसने low मारा है, so I'm going to keep a stop loss on SJS Enterprise for my remaining quantity here. यहाँ पे मैं stop loss लगा दूंगा. 527.60 is the low made, right? So I will try to keep the stop loss at 526.40. Okay, 526.40 is my stop loss now for the remaining shares on SJS Enterprise. And पॉलिसी बाजार की जहां तक बात है, पॉलिसी बाजार is doing absolutely well. उसमें तो कोई टेंशन की बात ही नहीं है अभी. We will just continue to hold on the shares and wait till the level of 1238, 1230. तो देखते हैं चलो क्या होता है. 1231, 534 कंसोलिडेशन चल रहा है, चलने दो. Okay, seems like long hold. Okay, 534, still the price is looking to consolidate here. 1 minute on the upper time frame, the high was made, but then we got a strong red candle rejection. So here this price is how much? 1, 2, 3, 3.10, 3, 3.5 we have got. Okay, let's wait. 1237. So that is a good move. 1238 has been sold with almost 150 shares. And now we are waiting for red candle rejection, of course. जब तक red candle का rejection नहीं मिलता, I never exit my entire quantity. I just sold some 25 or 30% of my shares. ओके तो एक रिजेक्शन मेरे को यहाँ पे दिख रहा है बट सिर्फ ग्रीन कैंडल का है। तो जब तक मेरे को रेड कैंडल का रिजेक्शन नहीं मिलेगा आई विल नेवर डिसाइड टू एग्जिट द एंटायर क्वांटिटी विच आई एम होल्डिंग। ठीक है, यहाँ पे आई विल टॉक अबाउट द एंटायर क्वांटिटी ओनली नाउ विच इज 350 shares. So if I exit here, I will exit the entire quantity if I get any red candle rejection from the top line on any kind of Fibonacci resistance or any kind of price resistance which we calculated here at 1255, 1260. सो वी आर जस्ट वेटिंग एंड वाचिंग 1 and 5 मिनट दोनों को हम ट्रैक करेंगे। जहां पे भी रेड कैंडल रिजेक्शन मिलेगा उसके अकॉर्डिंग वी विल एक्ट एंड एग्जिट द पर्टिकुलर स्टॉक। तब तक वी विल लाइक टू मेंटेन आवर होल्ड एंड सी हाउ द स्टॉक प्लेज। ओके सो 1 मिनट की कैंडल पे तो मेरे को अभी तक कोई रेड कैंडल का रिजेक्शन दिख नहीं रहा है। 5 मिनट की कैंडल में देयर इज स्टिल 2 more minutes लेफ्ट फॉर द कैंडल टू क्लोज। सो वी आर जस्ट वेटिंग एंड वाचिंग। Okay, 5 minute candle closing is still 1 minute left, right? देखते हैं चलो। नहीं देगा, नहीं देगा। It is not giving red candle rejection. It seems 45 seconds more to go. 1240 needs to be taken out now. Let's see. 533. 20 seconds. 26. 25. Okay, 5 minute candle has given me a closing, and that is not a red candle rejection. So I'm continuing to wait for a red candle rejection above any Fibonacci or any kind of resistance. तो वेट करते हैं 15 मिनट तो आई थिंक बाद में एक्शन में आएगा। लेट मी चेक जब तक। सी 15 मिनट पे तो इट इज जस्ट गोइंग ऑन एंड ऑन। तो ऐसा कुछ है ही नहीं देखने के लिए। SJS 15, no, 5, yeah. Okay, so we are just waiting for a red candle rejection above any Fibonacci, and we are just holding on to our trade as usual with patience and conviction. Okay, it seems 1240, right? 1249. 1240 should be taken out very, very soon, and the price should head towards 1246.65. Now, at 1246.65, I would like to take out 50 shares more, which is the Fibonacci at 1246, right? Yeah, so 1246.65. So I'm keeping at 1246. ठीक है, we have kept 50 share sell order. Now you might have seen I am just booking profits at every Fibonacci level क्योंकि कभी कभी क्या होता है a very very strong red candle rejection comes through, and that almost gives us like around about 10 or 15 points downside. And when we have such a big quantity, it is often suggested to keep booking some quantity at every particular resistance level as the price continues to move higher. नो रेड कैंडल रिजेक्शन येट, अभी तक तो कोई नहीं आया. SJS Enterprise, what are you doing? Are you going to take my stop loss, or are you going to still consolidate for some time? 530, 1234. 527.60. So I have kept the stop loss at 520. Modify it to 524.95. We just have 500 shares, so 1 rupee won't matter much. ओके यहाँ पे 1 मिनट पे मेरे को एक रेड कैंडल का रिजेक्शन मिला है, which apparently I missed out due to some work, so I'm just exiting 150 shares more here at 1236.36. I have exited 150 shares more. I am going to hold on 200 shares here क्योंकि यहाँ पे जो मोमेंटम है वो मेरे को थोड़ा सा पॉजिटिव की तरफ ही लग रहा है, so I'm going to keep small quantity here with me. Actually I think 40, right? So let's just take out 100. Okay, so I'm going to hold just 100 shares on policy bazaar now, and I'm gonna keep that with a trailing stop loss. तो अभी trailing stop loss यार अभी के लिए बहुत नीचे आ रहा है, right? And when the trailing stop loss is coming, especially that low, it is suggested to hold minimal quantities only. If you want, you can take out 100% of your quantity here, but अगर 5 मिनट पे rejection होता तो उसकी ज़्यादा वो होती, right? So trailing stop loss एक बार मैं देख लेता हूँ कहाँ तक आ रहा है. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, almost 1190s के आसपास आ रहा है. That is almost 50 points. Does not make a lot of sense to hold. So let's just book profits on Policy Bazaar here. Okay, Policy Bazaar trade has been closed in a net profit of 31,753. So that was a very very good trade indeed. We made around 32,000 from Policy Bazaar FinTech. Now talking about SJS Enterprise. अभी बढ़ जाएगा तो बढ़ने दो, ठीक है, बढ़ जाएगा तो बढ़ने दो, there is no problem. We just followed our setup and we exited on the red candle rejection which we saw. There is a very very high chance that it goes till 1260 also, right? But if you need to be satisfied, greed is endless, right? So you just followed your setup and you booked the profits. Now the stop loss for SGS is coming at 525. So you can keep the stop loss at 524.90 for SGS and you can hold on to this trade till the end of the day. ठीक है, अगर ये stop loss चला भी जाता है तो मेरा कितना चला जाएगा, 2500 और चला जाएगा. Still I will exit in a net profit of 40,000 for the day. So very well, I would like to conclude the live trading session here. I hope all of you enjoyed today's live trading session and made good sums of money out of the same. Policy Bazaar by long term view, I cannot comment right now, but the company is very very good and considering all the app based stocks are doing well, so this might continue to do well further as well. So very well, you can hold Policy Bazaar for long term, absolutely no need to worry about it. But अगर intraday trade लिया है तो intraday exit करना, right? Long term के लिए quantity and position sizing is absolutely different. So I hope all of you enjoyed watching today's live trading session, and I hope all of you made good profits from the same. Looking forward to see you guys in upcoming live trading sessions. If you want to reach me out, then yeah, if you want to reach me out, then you can reach me out at these uh, this number shared here. Yeah, if you want to reach me out, then you can reach me out at this particular phone number or email address. That is my Twitter handle. I hope all of you enjoyed today's live trading session. Have a good day ahead and God bless you all. Chalo, bye bye. Okay, then I'll see you in the next live trading session. Have a good day ahead. Chalo, I am just ending the session here.